Hi everybody, so today's our third video on the new Multivan. So today we're going to look at the Life version, so that's the entry-level model. So if you haven't seen the videos before, so we've got the Life, which is what this is, and then obviously we've got the Style one above there as well, which we've done a video already on that particular vehicle. So I'm going to talk you through this one today, show you what you get as standard. So let's get into it. If you haven't seen the other video, check that one out as well, and you can see what the differences are as you go around from there. So appearances wise, very similar to its next model up, effectively, that's on there. So exactly the same styling at the front, this sweeping bonnet as it comes up from on here, obviously your VW badge. We've still got things like the parking sensors, which are round on the vehicle that's in there. You will notice it doesn't have the parking sensors or the sensors on the side of the vehicle, because this vehicle doesn't have things like park assist that's on there as well. It hasn't got that 360 camera as an option that's there. If you're going to go for those type of things, obviously you'd go for the Style model instead. You've got your headlight panels are here, sweeping round onto the side of the vehicle. We've got the same big wing mirrors that's here. So we've got alloy wheels with the vehicle as well. That comes as standard with the alloy wheels. And then moving along to the vehicle from on here, we've got the privacy glass that comes back from here. So the doors are all manual, so you've actually got to pull it, open it up and slide it yourself. No electric on this model as it goes back and forwards, but it's really easy to use. Pull it, just give it a push, and then we're back into our seating configuration that's here. So this model is the 7-seater, that's the standard. Obviously you can have it as a 6-seater as well, which you've looked at before, but we'll come back to the seating in a minute. So let's come around to the back of the vehicle. Same rear end of the back of the vehicle as the other model, so your lights are the same that's on the back here as well. Obviously we've got this big overhang spoiler bit that's on the side here. There's no fancy opening or electric tailgate that's here, but there's a button just underneath on the side there which lifts up and open up the tailgate that's here. This one is the e-hybrid version, so as you can see, as an option it comes with the power lead that's in the back that's there. Normal parcel shelf that's on here, and your 7-seat variation models as well. The previous one we've looked at on here, we have shown this before. If I just get rid of these things a second. So these seats can all move independently, and as I showed you last time, it's the red catch at the bottom. You can push that and then move that forward. So this middle seat, if you've seen the other videos, can go all the way forward, so that can go actually into the next bit of the cabin that's there. With these two seats here, give it a pull or move forward to the position that it's in there, and that then will give it its biggest boot size that's there, and that obviously can go back in. So this is the short version. If you want to check out the other video we've done, I'll show you the long version, which gives you a little bit more space in the back. It's worth pointing out while we are at the back here as well, your next seats in front of this do have armrests on them, and these seats also have the function of putting the armrest in as well. So you can move the armrest from the front ones to the rear ones. So for example, you decided actually during the week you don't need 7 seats in the vehicle, you could remove those 2 seats, leave them at home, and then obviously then you could then have this 3-seat bench in the back and lots of space, or move these forward, and you can have a combination of different seating arrangements. As I said in the previous video as well, we are going to be doing a seating video very shortly, so we're going to look at these seats, we're going to take them all out, show them where they can go, where they can't go, etc., and give you a bit of more of an overview of all the different options that's with the seating. Now this vehicle has got the optional detachable tow bar. I really like this as a tow bar on this particular vehicle. I think it's really good. So there's a little button on the side here which you press. So you just give this a press here, and your tow bar flicks out. You just put your foot underneath it, and that's your tow bar locked in place. How easy is that? And then on your tow bar, your socket is actually attached. So your socket is there, and obviously that's your tow bar that's there. And then to remove it is exactly the same thing. Push the button and then just give it a push with your foot, and it puts it back underneath. It doesn't have windows in the side here, is standard on the vehicle. And then into the rear, we've seen this seating combination before, so this is the 3-seat seats that's here. So this particular seat, if you want to get into the back, we've shown it on before, so you just give this here a pull, which then pulls it down. The seat comes up, so it'll go all the way forward, and then obviously that gives you access then into the rear of the vehicle, so you can get into the rear seats. It's probably worth mentioning at this point that these seats, as we said before, they are all independent seats, so they all individually have their own rail system which they'll move up and down on. So this middle one will move all the way inside the cab as well. But as you can see, that seat, there's plenty of space there at the front there. I'm a full grown adult, and obviously sitting here, got plenty of leg room as well in the back. So I've moved position now. I'm now in the next row of seats forward, and we've got this tray here which is quite good if you've got children and things. It's in there so you can put a cup in, for example. It's got a little bit here, I suggest that's possibly so you could have some form of screen. Possibly would nicely fit there, I think, as well as you went in, but just a nice place to be. Got an armrest on the side here, so you can sit there with your armrest going, and then obviously when you shut the door you'll have your armrest on the door as well. So if you've not checked out the previous video we did, I'm sure people will probably ask the questions on here as well. So to confirm again, I will keep saying this, on the 7-seat version like this, these seats do not spin round. So this seat itself, you can't turn it the other way around and use it in the conference style section that's on there, because as you'll notice, the seat belt for this is on the vehicle side here, and there's no independent seating for this as well. And I have mentioned before as well, you can't even turn this around. Say for example you've been out for the day and you decide actually we'll turn the seats around so we can all sit together. You can't do that either. You can turn it around, it will lock in place, but this seat here will not fully retract so you can actually sit there and sitting down with it. So on the style version of the velour interior, we've just got standard cloth interior on this vehicle, as you can see. So let's have a look in the front. And if we start off from here, I mentioned on the previous one that we have this detail in here is like a brushed steel, and the chrome bit that's on here, and you can see it's on here on the side and relays over here as well to the side of the unit. So we've still got our table, that's standard across the range, so we've still got our table that's in here as well. But everything else is very, very similar. So we've got our digital cockpit on the side here, so it's all digital that's here. To start the vehicle, no different again. You press the start button. This particular one is a e-hybrid. With it being the e-hybrid version, there's a mode button on here, and we are going to do a separate video just on the e-hybrid to show you how it is. But this has an electric mode and a hybrid mode, and obviously you can change the battery level as well that's in the vehicle, but we're going to cover that on a separate video because that's quite a lot to talk about, how that works, what's involved in the technology, best practice, that kind of stuff. So you've still got your top tray that's there. We've got our little bit that's on the side, our glove box that your handbook fits in, it's down there. Cup holders, no different. This one has got the optional extra of having the tray in there for the charging. That's in there, electronic handbrake as we mentioned before, and our gear select that's here, that's actually on the dashboard as well. So with this vehicle there's no panoramic roof on there. As we mentioned with the style, it is an optional extra anyway. It's an optional extra on this vehicle, but obviously the cost of that pan roof is quite a lot more money on this particular vehicle than it is on the style. My feeling is if you're probably going for that type of thing, you'll probably upgrade to the style version. Very, very similar as well to things like our campers and our other vehicles in the range. Once you start adding too many options onto a lower model that's there, you're getting very close to the cost of the higher model above it. I think this particular model, the Life, offers excellent value for money because obviously you're not getting those extra things that you're getting on the style product, but there is quite a big saving on the purchase price of the vehicle as well if you don't need all those things. So back outside, last but not least, with this being the hybrid version, it has got the plug-in on the side, so we just open that up. So in here is you've got your standard electric socket to plug in, and then a little light on the side which tells you that it's actually charging up correctly. But as I said previously, we are going to do a completely separate video that talks about the hybrid version, so it'll give you all the details about the size of the batteries that's in the range expectancy. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you've got any questions or queries, pop them in the comments box below. We'll be doing another question and answer session soon, probably just dedicated to Multivan. Maybe then we'll do another one as well on top of that for any other questions that we've got that you've been giving to us. So if you have enjoyed today's video, please give us a thumbs up, give us a like. As always, if you don't already subscribe to the channel, please subscribe, it does help us out here, and we'll see you next time.